What is going on, everyone? We're back again with another video. In today's video, we obviously do this every year. It is time. We didn't do it last year because they didn't update the format. This is the first time in MLB The Show that they have the new postseason format. So I got all the teams in here. We're just going to hop right in. We're going to just play as the Braves, quote unquote, right now. Should be pretty interesting as we head into everything. You can obviously change everything in here, if you actually wanted to. I'll just go with the Braves right now because, we just have to play with someone, and we just pretty much sim the game. So, yeah, pretty crazy overall. We can go on through and who they think is going to win these games. So, off the jump, let's start with the AL. They think Texas is going to sweep, and that is pretty interesting. Let me go a couple more days so we can get the full bracket. So, in my camera right there, they think Texas is going to sweep, and they think Minnesota is going to win. So, this is obviously, I'm recording this video on, the day it's going to upload. So, this is actually kind of what's happening right now. Texas did win the first game. Same with Minnesota, win that first game as well. So, pretty interesting. On the other side, they think Miami's going to beat Philly, which I don't think is going to happen. And Milwaukee over Arizona, which I think is a possibility. I think Milwaukee bounces back today. Very likelihood they win that game 3, in my opinion. But yeah, very interesting what they have overall. And I imagine they think the Braves are going to win too overall. So let's see. So they think the Twins are going to beat the Astros. That's kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. And they think Texas is going to beat Baltimore. Personally, I would not agree with that. I think Baltimore is one of the favorites, I think, to win the World Series. In my opinion, I'd have them going, very strong. Could Texas beat them? Definitely, most definitely. I think they could beat them. But I think it's got to go game 5, man. I just don't see them beating them 3-1 like that. Orioles are a very young team, though, so, they don't have the experience, that the Rangers, at least the Rangers players have in the postseason with Corey Seager and Semien. Those guys have been in the postseason before and a couple others. So, interesting on that side. The Twins beating the Astros might be the most insane take I've ever seen. Minnesota is not that good of a team. I'm sorry. I don't think they're that good of a team. I think the Astros would definitely at least win that series, in my opinion. Wait and see on that one. Let's go to the other side of the bracket, to the NL. The Braves beating Miami. I feel like would be fair. I think even if it was the Phillies there, I think the Braves would still probably win. I mean, obviously last year, they kind of choked in that series, but they have LA beating Milwaukee. I think that could be a possibility. I mean, 3-0. I mean, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, they kind of have Texas, Minnesota, and then LA and Dodgers on the other side. Let's keep the sim going. Let's see who they think. So they're going to have the Braves and the Twins in the World Series. Now, that is insane to think about. 4-1 for Minnesota over Texas. I don't know where they're going with this. I am using the current rosters, by the way, too, that they're using in the postseason for this. So very interesting. They have, obviously Atlanta over the Dodgers 4-2, which I think is fair. I mean, Atlanta is definitely a solid team. I think Atlanta could definitely make a run back to this year. And then let's see who they have winning this. So 1-1. Looks like the Braves are probably going to win. Yeah, the Braves are probably going to win this World Series, and they have it 4-3 with Minnesota. That is just funny to me that they think Minnesota is going to do that good from the 3 seed. But hey, you never know. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, they're already up 1-0. They could clinch. They could clinch that series today. Would be very exciting for Minnesota. I think a lot of people would be rooting for this team because they're kind of such an underdog. I think, with the Centrals being kind of weak this season. I think a lot of people think that they're underdog. So yeah, be very interesting in my opinion. They have the Braves winning the World Series. I feel like that makes sense. The Braves are a really solid squad, especially this year's squad has been absolutely insane. I mean, you look at some of that, you look at that whole lineup, bro, they're leading like half the categories in the league in general. So it's kind of crazy when you think about it. So if we look at the stats, we can see some of the Braves guys up here because I have the Braves that's selected as my team. But yeah, we can see, you can see the Braves players on this one. And see how I did say it. Eddie Rosario, Michael Harris, and Acuna with the top 3 averages. So you can pretty much sort through all the teams in the postseason and kind of see what they were, having and running at in this postseason, which is pretty funny across the board, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because they do sim this for real, so it is kind of funny to kind of look at and see who they think was on top the whole time. So we can look at position players, for some of these squads and who was really showing up in their series. I mean, yeah, let's look at the Twins for a minute because the Twins were an interesting squad. So you could toggle for their career in the postseason. So we're just going to go on the postseason right now that this is on. Pretty interesting. They have, a couple guys up here, Max Kepler, Polanco. It's funny that Royce Lewis is all the way down here with 5 home runs. He already has 2 of them in his first ever postseason, so maybe he can get 5. I feel like that's definitely doable, especially if they win. Especially if they win today, it's 100% possible. They got Joey Gallo up here as well. Correa, he didn't have a good game yesterday, but definitely going to bounce back. 340 he was hitting during this whole thing. So, yeah, pretty interesting overall as we get further in the postseason. And definitely be interesting to see who comes out on top. You know, with the way the games went, Jesus, 536. I mean, my God. With the way the games went yesterday, I mean, we'll see if any of these teams can bounce back and, you know, find the win column again, because that'd be interesting. Overall, the show has the Braves winning it all. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Some of these series might be a little interesting, but it's the first time, I guess, they've simmed this, this format in the game. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.